Hello, my dear Capricorns, and welcome to your Virgo New Moon reading. So this Virgo New Moon is happening today, the day I'm recording this, September 17th. This new moon is about new beginnings, and so it's really important that we focus on getting organized. It's going to really support us in committing to personal goals, starting projects that require attention to details, making lists and working our way through them. And celebrating taking the boxes and our smaller accomplishments, and our health, our diet, and our wellness is going to come into focus. So we're not only determined to improve our work routines, tasks, and our relationships, but it's a really great time to find practical solutions to any issues we might be encountering. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this, Capricorn. We're going to invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, spirit guides, and ascended masters to this space to deliver the messages that you guys need to hear. What messages do I have for my Capricorns? Any placement, you guys, for this new moon in Virgo. This reading will take us from September 17th through October 16th when we have our new moon. For some of you, this is going to resonate until we have the full moon in Virgo, so for 6 months. So keep that in mind. Yep, okay, Capricorn. This in particular is going to resonate more with my male Capricorns or the masculine collective. Remember, we all have masculine and feminine energies, but there is so much fire in this reading. Many of you might have Aries or Leo in your chart, maybe Sag even as well, but really more Aries and Leo. Or you might be connected to a Leo, Aries, or Sag person. Your overall energy here, yeah, Leo, the sun. So the sun card is the happiest card in the deck, but when it shows up in reverse, it's like there's this ribbon of disappointment with this happiness. So whether it's in love, whether it's in your relationships, in family, in your job, in your career, in your spiritual journey, many of you guys, this does speak to things working out, being optimistic, being excited, coming out of a shadow period. It could have to do with children. It could be coming together of two, and being really optimistic about the future. But there's something that maybe didn't look the way you were anticipating. Now that's interesting because Mars is going retrograde in Aries, and I feel like that's what I'm picking up on here a lot for you guys. That my Capricorns, you guys are probably feeling this pretty hardcore, because along with Mars in retrograde, we have Jupiter that just went direct, okay, which is expansion and luck and growth, and it really wants to sort of bless us with this. But we have Saturn in Capricorn going retrograde, and so it's karma, and it's these really tough lessons, and it's this feeling of restriction. So Jupiter is expanding some of these feelings of restriction. And with Mercury retrograde in Aries, it's the upgrade and the detox of the solar plexus chakra. So this is basically, our approach to progress isn't going to look the way that we thought it would. Although you are really doing it, you're really making ground, you're really happy, but you're not happy maybe about the way that it looks, because it looks really different than you envisioned. It's really time here to take care of yourself emotionally. I can see that you're feeling very drained, but look at that. You are making it happen. For some of you, this has to do with marriage, or it has to do with a commitment, but this is a huge blessing. Okay, but there's something here where you're feeling maybe so tired from all the work that you've done. You might be feeling tired because this has been a roller coaster. And again, the masculine collective or energy is going through this death, rebirth, and transformation process, which is, it doesn't always feel great. Okay, so the Page of Wands energy, this is fire energy, and it's showing up in the reverse. So you guys could have received some sort of bad news about something. The Page of Wands, when he's in the upright, is an adventurer, is charismatic, somebody who's flamboyant, who's coming out with who they truly are. They're a traveler, they're diplomatic, they're excited, but there's something here that you didn't plan for. And you know, the Page of Wands in reverse really talks about your self-confidence. So if this hasn't happened to you yet, if you don't know what this is for you in your life, this Page of Wands energy is really telling me that it's important that you don't just try to push through, okay, like a bull in the china shop, Capricorn. Really take time to strategize and to think. Now, you guys are good at that, and with this Virgo new moon, you're really supported in, you know, using your laser focus and mapping out how you want to go about achieving whatever this is. Okay, but the Page of Wands is saying, you know, some of you may have sort of faltered, or you wanted to do something, you know, you were passionately moving in a direction, or you started talking about it, and maybe somebody, the only word I can think of is shat on, so excuse my language, but maybe somebody shat on your plans, okay? Or you told the wrong person, or you told, you know, somebody that you look up to, and they were like, that'll never happen, whatever it was, and you're feeling like you really should have kept it close to your chest, because now you're sort of starting to doubt this. This could be a new love interest, this could be a career change, this could be something you're doing on, you know, on your new journey. So what's blocking you is the Fool is actually doing it. So there's this new beginning that wants to come through. And if we take a look at the cards, you know, this is a blessing. This is something that can be really abundant, and we could plant and nurture, and it could be, you know, the fruit, the crop that keeps on giving. But emotionally, you're not feeling like you can do it. And I feel like because it's going against what you normally do, this Hierophant energy can represent your family. It can represent your spouse, or it can represent the people that you look up to that are restricting you, or that, you know, if they're not, I don't think they're physically restraining you, but I think you told the wrong person, or you came out with it too early, and you're getting all this negative feedback, and it's really making you rethink. And Spirit saying, you know what, it was a great idea. It was a great idea. Don't give so much clout to what others think, although we're human and we do that. We want acceptance and we want to know we're doing the right thing. But it's difficult to see our journey. That's, you know, we don't get a roadmap of the journey that we're about to set out on. And so if everybody sort of, you know, if you have a lot of naysayers in your midst, you know, it's going to create this lack of self-confidence. Like, I feel like you really lost confidence in what you were doing. And Spirit wants you to set the intention, really working on healing, balancing, really stepping into this purge and this detox of the solar plexus energy with that Strength card. Really do the shadow work at this time. Understand that your progress isn't going to look like what you planned it to look like. Be open to different ways of achieving, and again, in work or love or spirituality. Now, what you need to know is the Judgment card in reverse. Yeah, there's something here that, you know, that again, that you weren't able to do it. There's something that you weren't able to do, and I feel like you talked yourself out of it, or you let others talk yourself out of it. Spirit wants you to know that the time, okay, that the timing was off here with the Three of Wands. Well, the timing wasn't off. You weren't able, something happened that stopped you from doing this. Going to be with this person, with this relationship, with this job, with this promotion, with this side hustle, you know, something maybe entrepreneurial even, something artistic. And it could be, you know, that you've just been, you've been feeling physically really tired, because there's, you know, with the Sun in reverse, the Strength card in reverse, maybe you've had blocks to your creativity, the Page of Wands in reverse, the Three of Wands in reverse. You know, something, I feel like my Capricorns, you guys are really feeling this Mars in retrograde energy, this solar plexus purge, okay? And, you know, the Judgment card in reverse is telling me that, you know, for now, it's really time for you to focus on this Ace of Cups. Okay, on that's it, and I always say this, it's a selfless act to refill your cup, but that's what needs to happen because you experienced some sort of ending, some sort of finality, something that you had built up a lot in your head, or you had really great plans for. Again, it could be a relationship. Okay, it could have been taking things to the next level. That could be at work as well. But it could be a move as well because there's a lot of traveling, but there's this need for this new direction. All right. Today I put out a message for my starseeds and my light workers. And I may link that to this video because the message there was about this new direction. I feel like, you were moving towards this new direction, really psyched about it. Man, and something came in and just, something just, you took a hit. It could have been something someone said or did. But with this Judgment card, this is energy of Pluto, and this can be Scorpio. This can also be Aries. But this Judgment card is saying, what I'm getting here is, yeah, you're going to feel like this was a missed opportunity, that right now you can't do what you set out to do. But what Spirit wants you to know with this Sun card and the divine timing and all of these actually really beautiful, happy, strong cards is, taking a step back, regrouping is actually, you're going to see, will be the better option for you. So there's a new pathway that's being opened for you. But there's something here that wasn't able to happen and wasn't able to get off the ground. Okay, and with the Three of Wands, it was something that you were really waiting for. It could be a long-distance relationship. Okay, it could be that you guys decided to call it quits. All right, somehow maybe you were restricted in travel. You couldn't get there. Maybe you missed a family event. Maybe it was a job opportunity. But the Two of Wands is like going back to the planning stages, which is that Page of Wands. And that's what you're really supported in doing with this Virgo new moon. Planning, laser focus, okay, on a different avenue, a different way that's going to turn out to be more fruitful and more abundant than what you originally planned, Capricorn. Okay, because the Sun card is still extremely happy, but you're not going to be happy about the changes. You're not going to be happy about, this Judgment in reverse, not doing what you set out to do. But you're going to find that it's going to be more rewarding in the end. Okay, but it's only when you look backwards can you connect the dots. Okay, so when we're looking ahead, we want to be able to map out our progress. We want to be able to map out, the way to our enlightenment, to our happiness, to our forever after. And, it's Steve Jobs. He said, it's only when you look back do you understand, all the weird things that you had to go through that prepared you for your ultimate happiness and success. Okay. And sometimes that's these big shakeups. I feel like some of you weren't able to go to school this semester. Okay, maybe had to take a job. Look at that deep freeze. Yep, that's how you guys are feeling. And look at all of this lion energy. Some of you guys are dealing with a Leo or have heavy Leo in your chart. 26 breaks down to an 8. So you guys, you have 2 8s coming out. Spirit and your spirit guides, they're going to be communicating you with through the number 8 during this next cycle, this next lunation. Again, it might be over the next 6 months. This is how you're feeling. You're feeling frozen. You're feeling frozen out of something that you were really trying to do. Or maybe, you have somebody who's very, very cold in their manner of talking to you, or just very negative. And it's somebody that you look up to. So it's a spouse, or it could be a parent, could be a friend, it could be a boss. Okay? Details, details. Yeah, there's that Virgo energy. Take this time to regroup, to plan. You're going to get something even better, Capricorn. But now's that time to sort of regroup. The Page of Wands, he loses confidence because he didn't have a plan B. I think you were so married to one way of doing things that when that didn't work out, you took a huge hit. Spark, 34, double 7s. I love that. So we have 34 and 43 mirroring each other. So remember, what you put out is what you get. And I think you're feeling slighted here, Capricorn. But what's beautiful here is 34. Answer your soul's calling. This is your chance, okay? You weren't meant to do what you were trying to do here at this time, okay? There was something that you couldn't do for whatever reason, and I think you're feeling, you're not feeling good about it. But Spirit wants you to know that this is all sending you in a new direction to regroup, to strategize, because you're finding a different and a way and a better way to your happiness. And you get metamorphosis, another 7. So spiritually, Capricorn, you guys are going through a massive transformation. Massive transformation. For some of you, it's in your relationships. But look at that. We have these 2 flamingos. They are, they're mirroring each other. Okay. And you have 3 7s coming out. 7, 7, 7. Again, this is an angel number. This is how your angels and your spirit guides are communicating with you, along with 8s. And 77 is the master number that relates directly to the spiritual journey. There was a lesson here that needed to be learned. Okay. And I feel like Capricorn, you're in the process of learning that lesson. Okay. And when you're able to look back on this situation, you're going to understand that it was for your highest good, even though I can really pick up on some of your frustration. Now, again, this speaks much. This is speaking to my masculine collective and masculine energy. So men and masculine energies going through this solar plexus detox, purification, and upgrade. It's not easy work, you guys. Not easy work. Okay, solar plexus also has to do with success, decision making, progress, aggression, okay, and sex. And we get enlightenment, pursue spiritual growth. Yeah, you guys. And with all of these 7s coming out, this is a hard lesson you're learning, Capricorn, but it is going to be so worth it. It is going to be so worth it. So please sit tight. Jupiter has already gone direct. Saturn is about to go direct as well, and then Mars will as well in the middle of November. And so when we get into October, November, wow, life is going to look so different. So just hang in there, my dear Cappies. Hang in there. Sensuality, express your sensuality. Yeah, so again, for some of you, this has to do with a sexual relationship or the way that you're viewing sex. Okay, with this deep freeze, you might be in a situation where you're not getting your intimate needs fulfilled. You might be with a partner who's very cold, and that might have really, really, and especially if this is something that's gone on for quite some time, this might be something that has really started to affect your self-confidence and your performance in other areas. Remember, sex is a very integral part of the human experience. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, you get knowledge. Seek knowledge. I love that. This is through prayer, through meditation, accessing those Akashic records. Beautiful. All right. And let's go ahead and pull from the Fairies Oracle. I'm going to read from the book. These are just so beautifully painted and so beautifully written. All right, and we get the fairy godmother. And look at what number that is. 25 breaking down to a 7. You guys, this is 4 7s. This is beautiful. Fairy godmother, trusting your intuition. Take a look at that crescent moon on her forehead. Some of you guys might be involved with a tarot reader or an empath, or you may be readers, empaths, energy workers, and psychics yourself. And this may also be, you're going through sort of a frustrating period on your spiritual journey. But this is just a reminder here for those of you who are energy workers and readers and empaths, you guys are receiving a major upgrade. And you know, this Pisces full moon that we just went through might have felt really messy to some of you, very emotional and very messy. But understand, look at that, that you are, look at all of these orbs around her. You are completely supported on this journey, and you're receiving a major upgrade to your crown chakra, your third eye, and then of course that solar plexus coming through really strong. This is part of your transformation, okay? And when you align your chakras, so if you do energy work, or maybe it's time for a Reiki session, or you know, an angelic healing, whatever it might be, what's beautiful is when you align your chakras, you create that rainbow bridge between you and the heavens, you and your higher self. You are connecting to source energy, and that's going to help you. Many of you might have felt like you're, you know, like you can't tap into your psychic abilities, or your intuition has been off or really clouded. And so it's really important advice here. Yeah, there's something here that you're going through. Be kind to yourself, really work on those chakras, okay? This is about gifts, talents, grace, and helpful lessons. So even though it doesn't feel helpful, you guys, this is a very helpful lesson. So this is interesting. This fairy godmother, her name is Sari, and she offers last-minute rescues. When she turns up in our readings, good things may well be happening that we don't think we deserve. All right, sorry, I was just checking that I was reading the right one. Or that we do deserve but haven't thought to ask for. Almost imperceptibly, she teaches us about giving and receiving unconditionally, helping us to open our hearts to love and acceptance. She sometimes showers us with abundance. Keep an eye out for unexpected good fortune, especially when you thought you saw bad luck headed your way. Yeah, so you guys are going to feel like you're in this bad luck period. You're going to feel like, you know, what is going on? I can't get myself out of bed, or I'm exhausted. I can't tap into my intuition, you know, and this is all part of this process, okay? And there's a lesson here that you guys are learning, and I'm so excited for you, because keep an eye out for unexpected good fortune, especially when you thought you saw bad luck headed your way. Look at that, and that Ace of Cups, feeling drained, feeling like, you know what, this is a nightmare. What am I going through? But hiding right behind that, we have that Ace of Pentacles. Some of you feel like you missed an opportunity. But, you know, Spirit with that Judgment card in reverse is telling you, no, everything's working out exactly the way it's supposed to. And right now it might not feel so good, but it's going to be awesome. Remember to say thank you by passing a kindness on to someone else. Practice a little fairy godmothering yourself and see how enjoyable it is. Part of the fun of it is to do so that the recipient doesn't know where the gift came from. Okay, so yeah, but this is the fairy godmother. And she gives us grace to help us along our way. It might be a little touch of fairy dust to lift a mood. It might be a conspicuous miracle. It might be anything in between. She protects us from the ill will and plain stupidity of others and from our own mistakes. She untangles the snarls in our psyches and bestows gifts upon us, whatever she feels we need. Sometimes she gives us choices when we thought we had none, right? And that Three of Wands, you know, the waiting is over. You're feeling sort of desperate, but now it's back to the planning board. You guys are only stuck when you truly believe you are, okay? And you're not. This is going to be, you know, this is a topsy-turvy. This is a winding road, but you guys are exactly where you need to be. And there are beautiful things coming to you. Enlightenment, sensuality, the Sun card. Again, you might look back and say, man, I really wish it had come easier, but it couldn't come easier, because you're only going to receive what you are ready to receive at this time. And for some of my Cappies out there, it's a lesson, okay? But be happy about it, because you're learning it. You're learning it, and beautiful things are coming to you. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Take care.